4, game 1 of the semifinal round, round number 2 of the Valley League Baseball playoffs, as the Generals top the Covington Lumberjacks 6-4. Game number 2 coming up tomorrow night. That game will be at Covington, and it's always a privilege and an honor to do the post-game show. Head coach DJ King, I see he's on his way up, and this gentleman might as well get his own chair up here for a player of the game. Not only this, talked to him from a radio show the other day as well. Mike McClellan joins us, and Mike, boy, I tell you what, you came up to the plate, you had the bases loaded there in the 5th inning, and boy, you drove that ball double off the fence out there. And David Galton was here in the booth with us, and he called that one there off of the Lumos sign. What were you looking for at that point?
Basically, I was thinking, don't miss it. I was like, I was going to get an opportunity to do good, and I got a pitch fastball, and he left it over the middle of the plate and did what I needed to do.
I'll tell you, 3 more RBIs there on the night. Had the opportunity to talk to you throughout the season. And in fact, I talked to you right at the beginning of the playoffs the other day, and I asked you, and you said, hey, it's one game at a time, one pitch at a time. We're gonna focus on that. But it's got to be just maybe a little bit more sweet here to do the second round of the playoffs now, and to come up with that huge hit out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. You're just taking, like I said, one step at a time, but it's getting to the nitty grind. It's getting close.
Well, here we are, game 1 of this semifinal round, and it's huge to win this first game. You know, you got to go to Covington tomorrow. That's a tough trip to make against a tough team as well. So getting that first win under your belt, you know, guarantees at the very worst coming back here for a game 3. Of course, you want to wrap it up tomorrow night, but that first game, I mean, you definitely feel good now after this.
Oh yeah, it gets the butterflies out of your stomach.
Do you still get butterflies in your stomach?
I mean, yeah, every ball player should. You know, but first game done, and, you know, under our belt, so that's good.
Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations, another huge night. 1 for 4, had 3 RBIs, and it certainly has been a pleasure. Best of luck tomorrow night up there in Covington.
Thank you.
That's Mike McClellan, first baseman tonight, had the 3-run double back in the 5th inning for the Waynesboro Generals tonight. Next up, we have our other player of the game tonight, and of course Micah Gorman joins us here from VMI, starting pitcher tonight, 7 2/3 innings, and it seems like you got stronger as the night went along there tonight.
Yeah, I felt a little bit looser. I think after I gave up the second run, I was just like, go right after him. And then once we put up the 5 spot, I was like, pitch with the lead, 6-2 now, so don't give him free bases, and that's what I tried to do.
Well, that's just it. I mean, right before they're in the 8th inning, you allowed your first walk of the game. That's something that I've noticed watching the team all season long, though. The fact, don't give up a lot of freebies out there. Not only, you know, from the pitching world, defense as well. It's got to feel good, knowing that you're throwing strikes and that you got that defense behind you.
Definitely. We really emphasize the freebie war. It's free bases, walks, errors, stolen bases, and we try and win it every single game. And I think we did win it today, and I think that helped us out a lot. Especially, we didn't really walk anybody, and I think they did, and I think that's really where we came up big, especially with Michael.
And of course, we saw the majority of the season. We've seen you come in, you know, long relief, set up man out of the bullpen. But over the last few weeks, you gotten a few chances to come in and start, and this had to even, I would say, surpass your expectations for tonight.
Yeah, I was just trying to battle. Starting is a little bit different than coming in,
right?
Because coming in, you don't really have much room to mess up. With starting, have a little feel, have a couple innings, but especially in the playoffs, it's kind of tight. But I felt pretty good straight out of the bullpen coming into the first inning, so I felt pretty confident on my pitches.
And I do have to ask, we found out earlier tonight, your parents were here this evening.
Yes.
That's got to make it even a little bit more special. Did it add any extra nerves for the beginning of the game?
Not really. I mean, I've kind of always felt like a comfort area, especially with them here, just because pitched in front of them my whole life pretty much. So they came to every high school game. They've come to pretty much almost every weekend series at VMI, so it's kind of like a comfort area.
Well, congratulations. What a huge win tonight, 6-4. Generals now with a 1-0 lead over the Covington Lumberjacks. Again, congratulations. Great to see you, Micah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's Micah Gorman, our starting and winning pitcher of the night. And then head coach DJ King. And, you know, Coach, we're visiting. You know, I use your office here. It's where we do our broadcast. So you were in here as you were getting ready for the game, and then you and the whole coaching staff. And I know going into this series, this is tough. This Covington team, it's tough from top to bottom, and you battled out there all night long.
Yeah, another team in the Valley that can hit. Go figure. And we've matched up pretty well against them all year, but they bang it around, a lot. But when you look at the pitching, the way it's set up, I wanted to get a strike thrower in there and hopefully get them swing happy, and Micah did that. They put up 2 runs early, but I didn't feel like they were putting great contact on it. And we kick a ball in the middle, double play ball, and it is what it is. Gave up 2 runs, but he settled in and kept it there as long as he could, and we finally got a big hit. So another night, we get out hit and we end up winning a game. So.
Well, it was funny, the middle of the game tonight we had here in the booth, David II came up and sat in with us for a while. First time this season he had been able to do that. And he was in here during the 5-run inning there back in the 5th. And he kept commenting. He loved it when 9, 1, and 2 would come up. You have Noreen, you have Marcinko, you have Oris. It doesn't really matter who comes up, it seems like, anymore. This lineup is there's not an easy out in this lineup.
No, there's not.
And I don't know how many 3-2 counts we didn't see tonight. Nobody gets anything easy off of these guys.
No, and that's one thing that we talked about. I didn't think their starter had the best stuff tonight,
right.
But he was locating well, and we put a couple barrels on balls early, but didn't have anything to show for it. And we met in the dugout and said, let's put together some quality at bats. And there in the 5th, we started, I think, 3 walks.
Right.
I think to start it off, Gruber put together a couple of bats. His first 2 at bats, he had seen 17 pitches.
Right.
So when you get at bats like that, you're going to do a good job. And we finally, McClellan comes up and barrels up a baseball, puts it in the gap, and that's a ball game. So
that I tell you what a hit right there. And speaking of Gruber, I have never in my life, following baseball mindset, I've never seen anybody that throws the defense off like he does. Count can be 3-2, it can be 0-2, the bases can be loaded, and the third baseman has got to play on the grass. I mean, I couldn't throw a ball and place it any better than this guy bunts.
And usually it's a 1 or 2 guy in the lineup,
right.
Not really a 3-hole. And that hybrid 3-hole that we got there with Gruber is dangerous. And then you've got the Rossini, McClellan, Vasquez behind them that can drive the baseball. That's a tough thing to defend. It's a tough lineup to pitch to, and when we get quality at bats like that, when they foul off pitches, you've got to come to the middle of the plate sometimes. And when you challenge the plate with us, we're going to find a lot of barrels. So.
Well, we're here, semifinal round of the Valley League playoffs, a 1-0 lead. I was just talking to Mike and to Micah. That first game is one you want to get under your belt.
It's huge, especially with a home field advantage.
Right.
If you lose the first one, you can hopefully win one and come back. But you got home field advantage. You got a little give after you won that first one. So that's a big thing for us.
And tell me, you and I chat here every night. 9 in a row. That's pretty amazing.
Well, there's been about 900 little things that we've won at to get 9 wins in a row. So it's all about the little things, and that's what we talked about before the game. The finish line is in sight, but it's still a long ways away. There's a lot of baseball to be played, and we've got a lot of little things to win before we can think about that finish line. So
and I know when we do these broadcasts, we get a lot of parents and so forth that listen, but from both teams. And I tell you what, I could not say many more nice things about this Lumberjack team and their coaching staff. They come down here, and I have gotten to know some of them as well as I have some of our own people. Just some of the nicest, best people, and I'm glad to see us get this matchup in round 2.
Yeah, I hate that we have to beat up on each other, but there's not a better organization that I've been around, outside of us that does things the right way and treats people right. And I love everything about Covington and that organization and those coaches, those players. We've got a really good relationship, and you see us on the field.
Right.
We'll joke back and forth with each other, but it's all in good fun. And those guys are here doing the same thing that we're doing, learning the game, trying to play it the right way, and they do a great job over there. So.
Well, Coach, a 1-0 lead, the trip to Covington for the game tomorrow night. Want to wish you the best of luck, and hey, the good news is, no matter what, we'll see you back here at least at some point.
We at least got one more game at the Kate, so we're excited about that.
Hey, congratulations! What a huge win tonight. Head coach DJ.